Hello everyone. With this group, we are going to present on the topic chronic absenteeism and desertion in Papua New Guinea schools. Uh, this is ETE 401 Educational Studies. Me and my group, we have chosen a topic that is chronic absenteeism and desertion. We are going to be presenting our research and findings on that topic. Uh, we are students from the University of Koroka. My name is Boas Andoy and I'm the group leader of this particular group. And along with me, I have 5 members who are going to be presenting on their parts taken. Thank you. Today, we are exploring a challenge that strikes at the heart and center of our education system, and that is chronic absenteeism and desertion. As the World Bank reported in their 2024 studies on teacher performance, having a teacher physically present in the most essential input for student success is in the classroom. So when the teacher is present in the classroom, it creates more impact to the student so that the student is effectively disseminated. The learning is effectively disseminated to the students. Yet the research shows that uh, in many developing nations, students are only taught for a fraction of the time that is allocated to the teachers. Like example, if a teacher is granted 40 minutes of teaching in the classroom, some teachers go ahead present in the classroom only for 15 to 20 minutes, and the rest of the minutes is given to the students, and they are outside of the classroom. This is total absenteeism in the classroom. While some other students they can be patient and going on with doing their studies and some other activities in the classroom while the teacher is not present, some other students they are not concentrating on their activities while teachers are not around in the classroom. So that is the big problem we are facing in this country. In Papua New Guinea, we see absence rates that deeply affect our progress. Our team will now break down why this happens and how we can fix the problem.
Thank you. I am the second speaker that would like to talk about or describe unprofessional behavior on chronic absenteeism and decision. Uh, Unprofessional behavior of a teacher in PNG context can include chronic absenteeism and poor conduct or dissatisfaction in carrying out professional duties. The behavior negatively affects students' learning, school discipline, and reputation of the teaching profession. So therefore, according to the PNG Teaching Service Act, decision isn't just a small mistake. It's a serious disciplinary offense. It happens when a teacher runs for 14 consecutive days without a word. But there is also a hidden vision, as a World Bank researchers pointed out in 2024. In a school, absenteeism is a major issue in PNG. This is where a teacher is at school but stays in the classroom or village instead of classroom. A practical example we see in our province is to Tuesdays and Thursdays teachers. They arrive late at Tuesday and disappear by Thursday, leaving students with only 2 days of actual learning per week. Okay, this can include point one, part-time week. Teachers appearing for only 2 or 3 weeks, leaving classroom in unattended for remaining days. So in a PNG context, we can see that a lot of teachers they can attend class, but most of them they are leaving. So they didn't teach the students in the classroom. As a result, most of the students are not learning well, and it affects their learning. Uh, Secondly, administrative living. Living role and remote school several weeks at a time to travel to provincial or district capital to start out pay, banking, and official paperwork. So most of the uh, teachers or principal they used to leave out early, and it affects their learning because of trying to uh, sort out their paying system of the teachers and all this. Thirdly, early term exit. Departing school campus weeks before the official terms are due to delay, travels, and leave fare processing. So most of the teachers they leaving the classroom early as the terms. So they went for home without teaching students, and most of them, as a result, most of the students they don't learn covering all the lessons. So you can see that uh, at the end of the term, most of those students are dropping out, but because of the leaving of uh, early in the school. Okay. Fourth one is the ghost deployment. Filling out initial appointment forms at a remote school, but never actually setting foot in the classroom for the remainder of the academic year. So this is how teachers usually are trying to do uh, in an unprofessional manner, where it affects most of the students in our country. That's all, and I'll leave this time to uh, the second speaker or third speaker to continue. Thank you.
I'll talk about the possible causes of chronic absenteeism and desertion. Unprofessional behavior, such as chronic absenteeism and desertion, affects the quality of education in schools. Chronic absenteeism means teachers are frequently absent from work, while desertion means leaving work without permission for a long period of time. There are 8 possible causes of chronic absenteeism and desertion. As I go through, I'll elaborate more on those possible causes and examples. The first one is poor working conditions. Some teachers work in difficult conditions, such as lack of classrooms, teaching materials, transport, and housing. This can discourage teachers from going to work regularly. The example is in remote areas of Western Province, some teachers travel long distances by foot or canoe. The second one is low salary and lack of motivation. When teachers are poorly paid or not appreciated, they may lose interest in their work and become absent from school. Example like some teachers in Port Moresby struggle with high living costs and delayed salary payments. The third one is family and personal problems. Family issues, sickness and stress, and financial problems can affect a teacher's attendance and commitment to work. Example, a teacher may miss school to care for a sick family member or attend important family ceremonies in the village. The fourth one is lack of professional commitment. Some teachers do not take responsibilities seriously and may develop a negative attitude towards teaching. Example, a teacher who misses class without informing the teacher is showing unprofessional behavior. The fifth one is poor school management. When school leaders fail to support teachers or treat them fairly, teachers may become unhappy and avoid work. Example, conflicts between teachers and school administration may cause teachers to leave the school station, without permission. The six possible causes of chronic absenteeism and desertion is alcohol and drug abuse. The use of alcohol or drugs can affect a teacher's behavior, performance, and attendance at school. For example, some teachers may arrive late or fail to attend school because of alcohol related problems. The seventh one is remote school locations. Teachers working in remote areas may face transport, communication, and accommodation problems. For example, teachers in Enga province may struggle with poor roads and lack of transport services. The final cause is better job opportunities. Some teachers leave teaching job for better payment, jobs, or further studies without following proper procedures. Example, some teachers leave schools to work for mining companies or NGOs that offer high salaries. Chronic absenteeism and desertion are serious forms of unprofessional behavior that affect students, schools, and education system. Teachers should be committed to their work and schools should provide support and better working conditions to reduce absenteeism and desertion.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm the third speaker. I'll be presenting the effects of chronic teachers absenteeism and desertion. There are 4 points I'll be discussing. The first one is serious problem for students learning. Teachers absenteeism creates serious problems for student learning. When teachers are absent often, students miss out on regular lessons. This makes hard for them to build basic reading and writing skills. Many students then reach age 10 without being able to read properly. Okay, the second point, students overcrowding in classroom. Another problem is overcrowding. When a teacher is absent, schools often combines classes to cover the gap. In PNG urban schools, this can mean one teacher handling 80 to 90 students at once. In a class that's big, it's impossible to teach well or manage students effectively. Because of this overcrowding, the quality of teachers drop. Teachers can't explain lesson clearly or give individual help. Most, most students end up disengaging and learn very little during class time. Okay, quality of teaching is the third point. So over time, this damages trust between schools and parents. When parents see that teachers are absent frequently, they lose confidence in their they lose this point is quality of teaching drop. Okay. eh, Okay. The third point is quality of teaching drops. Because of this overcrowding, the quality of teaching drops. Teachers can't explain lesson clearly or give individual help. Most students most students are disengaged and learn very little during class time. So the fourth one is damaged trust between schools and parents. Over time, this damages trust between schools and parents. When parents see that teachers are absent frequently, they lose confidence in the school. Many choose to withdraw their children, which leads to high dropout rates. Instead of studying, these students often stay home to to help their family to do their work. Hello, everyone. I'm the final speaker for this podcast, so I will stress on ways forward. I will suggest on ways forward uh, absenteeism and dissension in PNG classroom. So, how do we fix this? Well, the University of uh, Pretoria's 2017 study on school management suggests that the answer lies in strong leadership. So we need to empower our head teachers to use exception reports. If a teacher doesn't show up, they they should pay their pay should be stopped immediately. But we also need to be fair, as suggested in the 2025 World Bank, the strategy for structured pedagogy. So I will stress on 6 points to uh, reduce absenteeism of teachers and desertion in PNG schools. So point number one is strengthen parental involvement. So parents plays an important role in the children's education. Parents should be the one to monitor their students' uh, absenteeism in class, whether the students actually attend class or skip classes without any proper or relevant reasons. Uh, Point number two is address the root cause. Root cause include road access. Most of the schools derive from urban, not urban, sorry, rural areas of Papua New Guinea. So it it has deprived road access for students to attend schools, and others would be family income and family problem. So most of the students attending PNT schools are from rural communities, which the family incomes are very low to pay for the tuition fees. The third point is improve infrastructure. Most of the infrastructures in PNG rural areas are not completed, fully completed for students and teachers to to for the learning to um, take place for students and teachers as well. So most of the infrastructures, including classrooms, are semi-permanent, which are built from raw materials, which are extracted from uh, the natural environment. And the others is teachers' housing, the toilet, and water sanitation for the schools. So these issues needs to be looked into by the National Department of Education, Papua New Guinea. The fourth point is train and support teachers. Teachers need to be trained and in ways where they should make learning conducive for students. Uh, in for example, uh, most of the students they go without breakfast attending classes. Most of them they sometimes mostly most of the people students attend classes without food. They fast whole day. So most of the students' concentrations are not focused on what the teacher is teaching in the class. So in order to reduce this students' absenteeism in class, as teachers as a guiding support for students in classroom, they need to at least provide something for the students to eat so that they can alert to take the lesson what the teacher is teaching in the classroom. The fifth point is provide alternative learning. Most of the students, their family income is very low compared to the students with the parents working in the government sectors and other private sectors. So most of the students from the rural communities, they don't. go to the proper education system compared to the students living in rural communities of Papua New Guinea. So students with low income family, for their case, uh, they need to provide flexible studies so that they still receive education. One other ways to reduce students dropouts would be digital online studies, which students cannot travel far from home to attend school because most of the time they attend classes very late. They skip some of the periods. So online studies help students to uh, complete their learning. And the last point is monitor and track attendance. It's very important because most of the teachers, after filling in the RODDS, once they are on the page, that's it. They leave classes without attending to students. So when keeping track on teachers' attendance, it gives uh, it gives uh, alert for teachers to stay in classroom to take the lessons with students all throughout the periods. So keeping track for teachers as well as the students is very important to improve their learning so that the students as well as the teachers can reach their full learning potential. So we should use technologies to support to report daily attendance directly to direct officers. And this digital eyes approach makes it much harder for ghost teachers, as I've mentioned earlier, and also to collect a salary while staying in the city. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you all the presenters from presenter 1 down all the way to presenter 4, the last one. I will now summarize our presentation. To wrap up, we have seen that chronic absenteeism and desertion is a complex issue right now in our education system. Uh, it is caused by systemic failures, but it results in a learning poverty, meaning that hurts our children and our education system. As emphasized in the 2026 research on teacher retention, we must improve the quality of work work life for our educators if we want them to stay in the classroom. As our other colleagues have mentioned, the appropriate way to treat teachers so that they don't leave work, they don't practice this absenteeism behavior. So if we treat them well, they will not cause this kind of issues like chronic absenteeism and desertion. Uh, as future graduates of this institution, the University of Goroka, we are the light that after graduating from here, we are going to the field directly, and we we must pledge ourselves as allies and agent of change. So we go out there, we must become an advocate for change. We go and change the mindset and attitudes where our the previous teachers and the current teachers who are teaching in the field. If they have this issue, we must be the change for that. So when we go out there, we must educate some of the teachers as that chronic absenteeism and desertion is the disease that is killing our education system in the country. As a developing nation, we should not practice that. So we current graduates, when we graduate, finish study this year and we graduate next year, we go out there, we must be the agent of change. We must lead. We show them what it is mean to eradicate this absenteeism because this is a serious issue in our education system. Thank you all. This marks the end of our presentation, and thank you for coming along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us in this presentation, and we wish all of you good luck, all the best in your studies, and be the agent of change when you graduate from here and when you go out into the field to become a teacher. Because you are a professional, please eradicate this unprofessional behavior and become a professional teacher.